oversee operations at the North Pole. Okay, operations. And then you also run the magic factory where the magic of Christmas is stored. Wow, okay. Well, that's a lot of work titles. It sounds like you're doing a lot. Do you have anyone that helps you? Who are your colleagues? What is your team like at work? Okay, your wife helps out a lot. Okay. So you're business partners with your wife. Okay. Yep, I got it. Yeah, I just like to take a little bit of notes, just because as our relationship continues, it just helps me remember, details about you and things we talk about. But I assure you everything is fully confidential. So, who else? You said you work with elves too. Okay. And snow hares. Reindeer. Abominable snowmen. Field mice, okay. And the occasional elk. Okay. Only the hardworking ones, okay. Wow. Well, it sounds like you have a lot of colleagues, and it sounds like it's really busy and bustling. So why does all of the brunt of the work fall on you? Because that's a lot. That's a lot for anyone. I mean, all of the different titles and duties that you listed to me, like, those could all be different jobs for people, and you're doing all of it. You're bound by a magical contract. Okay. Well, sometimes I like to just, question, like, what would happen if you got a new job? Oh, you would turn into a pile of snow. Okay, well, we don't want that. Okay, so you're bound by the magical contract. How long have you been in this position? Oh, okay, all of eternity. Wow, so this has been your only job then. Okay. Wow, that is certainly a long time to be in one role. I can see why you feel overwhelmed. Tell me a little bit more about the feelings and the emotions that come to mind when you think about work. Stressed and overwhelmed. Lots of pressure. Do you feel that it's other people that put the pressure on you, or that you put it on yourself? Okay, both. Yeah. You feel solely responsible for the magic and joy of Christmas staying alive. That is hard. That is hard. Oh, you also have to track everyone's behavior all year. Okay, so you make a lot of lists. Naughty and nice. Tracking behavior. Wow. Wow. What was that? Oh. Your normal coal provider shut down this year. So you've been scrambling to figure out a new supplier for coal. Well, yeah, I know the economy, supply chain, it's all so messed up right now. So I bet that is not easy. So do you feel this overwhelmed and stressed all of the time? Or what? Do you ever feel excited and happy to go to work? Yes, you do. Okay, so you do still enjoy it. You like it. So I'm wondering, possesses some of the magic in herself. Okay, well, it sounds like she might be a good fit then to share some of the duties of the magic factory with you. Do you have trouble with boundaries in any of your other areas of life besides work? You do. Okay. You do with playing outside in the snow with the other creatures at the North Pole. You feel like you always have to say yes. Okay. A little bit of a people pleaser. I know it, I know the type. Okay, what else? You feel like you can't say no to media appearances and talent offers. Okay. Starring in books, movies. Trouble saying no. Do you have an agent? You represent yourself. Okay, well, there's another area. Maybe you could hire an agent to manage all of your talent and media kind of pieces. Yeah. Okay. You also have some trouble with sweets. Sweets like food. Okay. With cookies, specifically portion control of cookies and milk. You just literally can't get enough. Well, let me ask you this. Do you feel good? Yeah. Okay. And does your physician say anything about your health? No? Well, if you're healthy and you feel good, then I say, who cares how many cookies you eat? Who cares how much milk you drink? Yeah, I mean, life is short. Well, it's short, not as short for you, but you only live once. I say, if it's not impacting your overall well-being, your happiness, your health, who cares about the cookies? Eat the cookie, drink the milk. Oh, it just upsets you because you feel like you have no boundaries. Okay, well, that's valid. But what we want to do here is, I'm hearing a lot of self-judgment and expectations and pressure that you're putting on yourself. Like, you are the one who has to do all the gift operations and the delivering of the gifts. You have to oversee the magic factory. You have to oversee operations. You are responsible for the magic and joy of Christmas. It's a lot of pressure on you and a lot of judgment that I'm hearing. Is that, like, if you feel like you don't do it perfect, or you feel like you're not doing a good enough job, and I think that is what is adding on to, yes, you have the stress from the job itself, but when you have these negative thoughts and all of this pressure you're putting on yourself and this judgment, that makes it worse. So it just fuels the negative feelings and the anxiety. So I think that we're gonna help you, don't you worry. I think we're gonna definitely get to the bottom of this. I feel really good. I already have some ideas in mind, and a huge part of this is going to be reworking that judgment that you have in your mind in relation to all of these different areas. Yeah, okay. So, how are you feeling right now? I just want to check in because this is your first therapy appointment and we've just unpacked a lot. You're feeling stressed. Okay. Do you feel like you want to keep talking about these things, or would you like to try a different type of exercise, visualization to relax? You want to do that? Okay. Great. So, I am just going to have you lean back, just really sink into the couch, okay? I want you to get really comfortable. I want you to get really, really comfortable. Feel free to use the pillows, use the blanket. Okay, so first I just want you to plant your feet on the ground. Okay, make sure they are planted on the ground. let your arms rest at your side or put them up on the pillows, whatever is most comfortable. And then I just want you to start by getting in tune with the sensations that you're feeling. So, feeling your feet on the ground, okay? Really feel that. Feel your arms on the pillow or your arms at your side. Okay. Yes. Feel your bottom in the couch or in the chair. Just really connect with that feeling and how it feels in your body. Okay, now I want you to take a couple of deep breaths with me. So I'm going to breathe in for 5 and out for 5, and we're going to do that a few times, okay? So breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Okay, one more, and at the end of this one, I want you to go ahead and let your eyes flutter closed, okay? Breathe in and out. Go ahead and close your eyes. Okay. Now, with your eyes closed, I'm going to guide you through a little visualization exercise. So, I want you to think of something that makes you happy, something that is relaxing. It can be a place, it can be a person, an animal, an activity. Maybe think of Rudolph and his red shiny nose, or think of sugar plums dancing in the sky. You can think of snowflakes slowly falling to the ground. You can think of your wife making a fresh batch of cookies and her opening the oven and you just smelling that puff of delicious freshly baked cookie smell. You can think of a room full of glasses of milk, just endless, going on for eternity glasses of milk. Just pick something, okay? Oh, you want to pick the sugar plums? Okay. So, I want you to picture visions of sugar plums dancing through your head. Just picture the sugar plums just gallivanting along, maybe through a snowy field or on a snowy river. And I want you to focus on the color of the sugar plums. You don't have to tell me, but just answer these questions in your head. What color are the sugar plums? What shape are the sugar plums? And now I want you to imagine you reach out and grab one. What texture are the sugar plums? What do they feel like? Are they squishy? Are they hard? Okay. Now I want you to imagine that you bring a sugar plum to your face and take a whiff. What do they smell like? Are they sweet? Savory? Sweet, probably. Okay. And then I want you to listen in this scene that you're picturing. What else is going on? Are there any other sounds that you can so